project I have built in VoiceFlow, and I have named it beatz. So what it does is it asks user when a user says start a music app, it will basically fetch you top 5 artists of the week, and it will use some APIs in the background and fetch you the top 5 artists name, and you need to select the artist which you want to listen to, and there's an API request. I will go through it one by one, and after you select the artist name, it will give you the details of list of tracks he has done up till now, and if you want to hear, you name the track name, and it will give you the preview of that song. This is my project which I have done in VoiceFlow. Now going one by one. First, what I have done is I have taken a speak response where I will be fetching the details of top 5 artists just to let know that the app is started and recognized your voice. We have done that, and after that we will send an API request. So um, we'll be using Napster API for this fetching the details of music and all. So I got this URL from here, as you can see. Well, there are a lot of data in here, so searching is kind of tough. Top 5 albums of an artist. So um, actually, it's on the top itself. Let me go through the overview. We'll get that. So here it is getting started. So this URL I copied, and this URL takes get request, and it requires an API key and an URL. So I have the API key here. I've already created an account named, and created an app named beatz in Napster.io, and we get an API key here. So what I have done is I have put a get request with that URL, and for parameters thing, we put API key. After that, how we transform those variables is we sent a test request. So in test requests, see here we are getting 5 requests, right? So that's because I have limited the values up to 5, otherwise I would have got 20. Okay, so again, testing the request. So we need to fetch the artist names, right? So we are taking this thing, copying this and coming here. Let me show you one for example. Command paste. See, this is the thing. Response.artist.0.name fetches me the first artist's name. Similarly, only changes 0 will be replaced by 1 for second artist, and so on. I have captured 5 artists name, and we will give it to the speak block. Coming next. So here is the list of it will be seeing this. Moving forward, again we should capture the user's reply, right, of which artist you want to know the track names of. So we will be using that capture. We will be setting a variable artist name for that, what user reply he says. So again, we use a code here. uh, we use an JavaScript code for this project, where we will be coming back to this API. See what it provides is that here it is. So when we send a request, the API will be providing with a lot of data. So how we need to match is artist name is Eminem and his ID is 44. Similarly, when going down, we get a lot of data. Let's go to next one. One. This is ED Sheeran. Okay, his ID is something like this. Okay, so it's easy to see that We can identify them uh, easily with this ID. So we use it that in our code. See here, what we have done is we have created a variable named artist ID, and artist name, what we type or what we say, we will be converting all together to lowercase. So we will be calling a for loop where it will start from 0 to 5 length. We have done, see, top 5 artist dot length. It will be incrementing up till I value is 5. And again, if variable is used, so we will be comparing top 5 artist name with the artist name which we entered. So if that matches, the loop will break out, and we'll be getting the artist which user asked for. Okay. Next, coming back to this API. So what we do is we'll be sending a request again. Let me go to the document page. See, in metadata APIs artists, we need top 5 artist details, right? Artist details, top albums for an artist, top tracks for an artist, top albums, top tracks. Okay, top albums for an artist. So we'll be using this URL right now. What we did is, coming back to here, overview, we used this URL, and in place of artists I replaced with, let me go to artist of albums, or artist, this is artist ID. So I took that URL, and instead of artist ID, I just pasted the variable we just created in that code. Let me show that code. See, we created a variable named artist ID. It will be storing the name of that which we said, and we'll be giving that to URL. Okay. So whatever this, let me send a request. See, we need to send an artist ID. So let me copy this, copy link. So now it's asking for an artist ID. Wait, I got. We just need an artist ID, so I'll be deleting this. Send request. See, now we got the tracks of that artist. Similarly, oh, I should have copied that. Come and paste. So we'll be getting the list of responses of the tracks which will be handling here. See, track, this track, and reference is this one. This is the HTML response, and we'll be getting a preview URL for each and every this one track, so we can play that preview of that song. These are only two important things. One is preview URL, and the other one is type of the track. Okay. Coming back, how we got this is, we just copied from there, right? So okay, yes, great. We'll be using all the tracks. Okay, let me skip this part because we'll be copying that all tracks. So we'll name that into variable as track list. So it will have a list of tracks that person has done up till now. Artists. Next, going up to code. So what we got here is list of track. So we had two things there: preview URL and list of track. Going back here, we write another time code. So we will be creating a variable of track, which is an array. You can see that there is a square bracket which will have list of things. It means that there is more than one element. So we are using an array. So what we'll be doing is we will be creating a variable I inside a for loop, and we will be incrementing it up till the value of track list is lesser than I. So we will be storing one by one. That's it. Track I will be storing the names, and we will get the track variable. So we will be pushing the names of the track. This code does that work, and here we will be placing the track names and everything which we captured from that URL, and we will listen to the what user's reply, and we will be naming that variable track name. Next, going to that, um, and after that, if a user gives the reply of telling me to play certain track, so we need that preview URL, right? So we will be creating a variable preview URL, and we will be doing again the same code. It will match with a track sci URL. If it matches, it will play. That's it. That's the code. It is before beginning the song, we will be playing this. Here is the preview of the song you asked for, and preview URL is created. Now let me check my what do you say, voice flow. I have done project till now. I hope there is no error.
Fetching the detail of top 5 artists of this week. Here is the list of top 5 artists: Eminem, Ed Sheeran, Drake, The Weeknd, and Post Malone. Choose the artist you want to play the track of.
Let me choose Eminem. Oh, we lost the path. Okay, let me try that again.
Fetching the detail of top 5 artists of this week. Here is the list of top 5 artists: Eminem, Ed Sheeran, Drake, The Weeknd, and Post Malone. Choose the artist you want to play the track of.
So we are losing the track here. So what is happening is we are getting artist ID. So let me check if I have created an artist ID variable or not. Artist ID. Yeah, I have created artist ID. So where is the error coming from? Artist name, artist ID, get request artist ID. So somewhere from here API request I am getting an error, I guess. Artist ID.